Anybody use the internet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You reckon the whole room might use the internet? I think so too. What happens when you click on those little blue words? Sorry? Watch out where you go. I said blue words, not objects. Right. What happens if we go to somewhere else, right? It's called a hyperlink. Everybody aware of that, in the internet? Well, we can do the same thing in Excel, as it turns out. So let's have a look at how we might do that. Let's say we've got a spreadsheet and we want to go to position immediately below A. So what we can do, and we're going to create a little menu, we go insert, and there's a thing here called hyperlink. And when we call it up, it looks pretty rough. Anybody use these links in Excel now? You do hyperlinks? Cool. We're going to get some questions for you shortly. That's good. Right. The first thing that comes up that says Excel existing file or web page, and so it's quite complex because it's saying I want to go out to another place in the internet. If we go down to page on document, that's much more accommodating, and there's 3 parts. It's got a name, a reference, and alternative a name box. So let's say we wanted to go to one below A, which is H13. We simply type in H13 in the box. And you might notice at the top it says what text do I display, and it's got the word sheet H13. I can overwrite that because Excel is just using default, so I'm going to say go to A. Should we put it in right capitals? Go to A. And go OK. So what has happened, on our spreadsheet we've got a cell called go to A. We click on it and the cursor goes to the bottom of A13, which is where we wanted it to go. Is that cool? So imagine you've got this big workbook and you've got different pages and you want to go around the place, you can create your own menus. Let's say we now have finished a name, we want to go back home. We can certainly insert another hyperlink called go home to the menu. But notice before I've got these defined names. You know how I used that name box before and created veggies and fruit salad and all the things we used? These are all the names down there. So rather than putting a cell reference, I can go to a name called menu, and it says menu at the top, and I'm going to say go home as my special reference and go OK. When I click on go home, the cursor goes to that particular place. So I've gone back there. So is that pretty cool? Do you think that you could use that? Now I've got a question for you. What happens if I insert 2 columns, insert, and I go insert 2 rows? And if I go click on go to A, where do you think the cursor is going to go to now? You believe? Okay. Anybody else like to comment on that? Do you all agree? Are you following this man? Sounds logical. Is Excel logical? Hopefully. The rest of your accountants sitting on the fence, is that right? Yep. You're still on the fence, okay. So I click on go to A and the cursor goes to H13. Well, you can't claim victory because you didn't comment. You sat on the fence, remember? Right, so what's happened is because we've gone on this hyperlink, it only gets activated when you click on it. So it's not a formula. And so what's happened is it says, well, the hyperlink says go to H13. And so it always goes to H13 even though I added columns and rows. But if I wanted to go from click on go home, where's it going to go now? It's going to go back to home. Where is it? We go back to there. And why did it do that? Sorry? No, the reference has changed because we've added 2 columns now. Yeah. So what happened, because I used a name rather than a cell reference, Excel knows that home is already at B5. And that's why using range names is so important with the hyperlinks, because you can go and change the cells and they automatically update. Whereas if people use this, the first example, go to A, it's always going to go to H13 and it doesn't update automatically. So using range names is a really powerful tool with hyperlinks. Let's say I want to go to a new page. Over here I can just create a new page and give this a name like New page, really? You're an accountant as well? New page. No, what I'm going to do is type a new page under here in the name box. So I go back here, I insert a new hyperlink, insert, hyperlink, new page, go OK, and when I click on it, it goes to the first cell in the new page. So that's how you can move yourself around the